Hello friends, welcome to my channel. Today we are going to see routers, which is a network device. Okay, so this is important for university exams, GATE exam, UGC NET, DSSB, NIE, LIT. This is lecture 3. Then in this lecture we are going to see router functions, types, advantages and disadvantages. So let's get started. And friends, please like this video, subscribe to my channel and share this video with your friends. So what is router? A router is basically a device that connects two or more sub networks. Okay, so this is the diagram, or this is the network. Okay, so a router is a device that connects two or more packet switch network or sub networks. Okay, so it serves two primary functions. First is managing traffic between these networks by forwarding data packets to their intended IP address and allowing multiple devices to use the same connection. Okay, then what are the functions of the router? There are total 5 functions of the router. First one is packet forwarding. In packet forwarding, routers use a routing table to determine the best path for packets based on the network topology and destination IP address. Okay, so what is this? So we'll see in this in detail. So first is packet forwarding. In packet forwarding there is two things. First is routing table. Okay, in routing table, routers use a routing table to determine the best path for forwarding packets to their destination. The table contains information about network topology and potential routes. Okay, so this is the main use of the routing table. Then second one is decision making. Okay, so based on the routing table, the destination IP address in the IP packet header, the router makes forwarding decisions to send the packet to the next hop or final decision. Okay, so there are two things which are used for packet forwarding. First is routing table and second one is decision making. Okay, so that's why routers use a routing table to determine the best path for packets and based on the network topology and the destination IP address. Okay, and it takes the best decision to find the best route. Okay, the next is network segmentation. In network segmentation, routers divide larger networks into smaller subnets, improving performance and security by reducing broadcast domain. What does it exactly mean? It uses subnetting, means router enable the network segmentation by dividing. Suppose there is a large network. Okay, so there is a large network, so router divides it into smaller networks called subnetting. Okay, and this improves the network performance and security by reducing the broadcast domain. The next one is interconnectivity. So it also used for the interconnectivity. So router connect LANs to WANs or internet, can translate protocols for communication between different networks. What it exactly means, there are two things in the interconnectivity. First is different network. Okay, so router connects different networks, such as connecting a local area network to wide area network to the internet. Okay, so it is used for connecting two networks. Okay, and then second thing is protocol translation. Some routers perform protocol translation to enable communication between networks using different protocols. Okay, so they need different protocols to communicate between two different networks. Okay, so interconnectivity means what? It connects different networks like LAN and WAN. It can connect with each other, and there are some protocols which are used for communicating with different networks. Then next is traffic management. In traffic management also, quality of service and load balancing is there. So with the help of quality of service helps to prioritize essential traffic for better performance, and load balancing spread traffic to prevent congestion. Okay, So what it does, what it exactly means. So quality of service means what routers can prioritize traffic, okay, to ensure that critical applications receive the necessary bandwidth and low latency, okay. And load balancing, it distributes traffic evenly across multiple paths or network links to optimize resources used and avoid congestion, okay. So what how traffic management is done with the help of router. So quality of service prioritize essential traffic, and load balancing spread the traffic to prevent the congestion. The next point is security. So firewall is used for filter traffic and VPN is used for secure connection. So there are two things are used for security purpose. First one is firewall and another one is VPN, okay. So firewall, many routers have built-in firewalls that filter incoming outgoing traffic based on security rules. And for VPN, routers can support VPN, that is a virtual private networks connection, providing secure communication channel over the internet. Okay, I hope you understand the functions of the router. Okay, first is packet forwarding, then network segmentation, then interconnectivity, then traffic management, and then security. Then what are the key features of the routers? First one is interface type. In interface type there is Ethernet ports, WAN ports, and wireless interface. So in Ethernet ports, for wired connections to computers, switches, and other devices, okay. This is therefore Ethernet ports are used. Then WAN ports are used for connecting to external networks such as internet. And wireless interface means for Wi-Fi connectivity it uses a wireless interface. The next is performance metrics. In performance metrics there is a throughput and latency. What is throughput and latency? In throughput, the amount of data the router can progress or process in a given time, and it measured in the Mbps or Gbps. We can say the speed it gives, okay. And what is latency? The time taken for a packet to travel through the router, affecting network responsiveness, okay. Means latency means how much time it will take, and throughput means how much speed is given, okay, or how much data is passed in a given amount of time. The next is security features. Firewall and VPN support. As I said earlier, there is a firewall and VPN for security features, okay. Firewall, what it does, integrated firewall to block unauthorized access and protect against threats, or it can filter the traffic. And VPN supporters enables secure remote access and site-to-site connections. Then next is management. In management, configuration interface. What is configuration interface? Typically accessed via web browsers, and command line interfaces or dedicated management softwares are used for management purpose. Then next is remote management. It allows the administrators to manage the routers from the distant locations, okay. So from anywhere we can access that device. The next is advantages of router. So what are the advantages of router? We'll see one by one. First is network interconnectivity. In network interconnectivity there is multi-network support and protocol translation. So multi-network support means routers enable communication between different networks, such as connecting LAN to WAN, as we said earlier. And protocol translation is there is some protocols which are used for communicating between two different networks. Then enhanced security, firewall and VPN support. Firewalls can filter the traffic, and VPN support can providing secure remote access and encrypted communication channel, okay. Then traffic management is done with the help of QoS and load balancing. This is done before in the functions. Then what is scalability? Network segmentation and expansion. How it is scalable? So network segmentation is Routers can support subnetting. Subnetting means what? It divides the network into smaller networks, and allowing large networks to be divided into smaller and manageable segments. And what it does then, it improves the performance and security. Okay, that's why network segmentation is necessary. And then expansion. Expansion means adding more routers can easily expand a network and accommodating growth in devices and users. Okay, the next is redundancy and reliability. How it is redundant and reliable. So first is failure mechanism. Routers can be configured with redundant paths, okay, ensuring network availability even if one router fails. So there are multiple routers we can connect, and redundant paths are there. So if one router fail, then other routers can be used. And what is routing protocols? Advanced routing protocols like OSPF, BGP provides the dynamic routing capabilities and automatically adjusting to network changes and failures. Okay, the next is ease of management. In ease of management, configuration interface and remote management is there. So how it is easy to manage? So configuration interface, what it does, routers typically offer user friendly web interfaces, okay, and command line interfaces, and manage software for easy configuration and monitoring. And second one is remote management. This administrator can manage routers from remote locations, enabling efficient network administration and troubleshooting. Okay, next is disadvantages of router. First is cost. So these are the disadvantage of the routers. So first is cost. In cost, initial investment and maintenance is there. So high quality routers, especially enterprise grade model, can be expensive and requiring a high significant initial investment. So this is why it called that initial cost is more. Then maintenance is there, ongoing cost for maintenance, then firmware updates, then potential hardware replacement can add up over time. Okay, so therefore it is called that cost is higher. Then next is complexity. So complexity is another disadvantage of router. So now we can see there is a configuration and troubleshooting problem. So in configuration, setting up and configuring routers, okay, particularly in complex network environments, can be challenging and may require specialized knowledge. And another one is troubleshooting. Troubleshooting can diagnosing and resolving network issues involving routers can be complicated and time consuming. Okay, therefore it is complex. Then next thing is latency. Latency is also one disadvantage of router. In latency, suppose there is a processing delay and additional hops. In processing delays, routers introduce some degree of latency due to the time taken to process and forward packets, especially in high traffic environment. Okay, if there is high traffic, then processing delay is there. Okay, and additional hops means in multi router networks, data packets may need to pass through several routers. Okay, and resultantly increasing overall latency. Okay, so this is the problem of latency in the router. Then performance bottleneck. In performance bottleneck also, throughput limitations and congestion is there. So throughput limitation means routers have maximum throughput limits, and under heavy load they may become performance bottleneck. Okay, so this is the main problem. Then another one is congestion. So improperly configured routers can lead to network congestion and it reduce performance. The next thing is security vulnerability. In security vulnerability, it may be a target of attack. Okay, so routers being a central point in the network, so are prime targets for cyber attacks, and exploit in router firmwares can compromise network security. And another one is if there is configuration error or incorrect security configurations can leave networks vulnerable to unauthorized access and attacks. Okay, the next disadvantage is dependency. So single point of failure is there in dependency. In network where a single router is a critical node, Its failure can disrupt the entire network, and redundancy and failover mechanism are essential but add to the complexity and cost. Okay, so this is the problems of the router. Okay, but if overall we can say summary of the router. So router offer numerous advantages including enhanced network connectivity, security, traffic management, scalability, reliability. However, they also come with disadvantages such as cost, complexity, latency, potential performance bottleneck, security vulnerabilities, and dependency on proper configuration and maintenance. So, balancing these factors is crucial for effective network design and management. Okay, so that's all about the router. I hope friends, please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and forward this video to your friends, and please subscribe to my channel for more updates. Thank you friends.